Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. How are you today? Oh my gosh, it's beautiful here in New England. It's 84 degrees. Let me know where you're coming in from so that I can connect with each and every one of you. If you're live with me, where are you coming in from? And if you're not live with me and you're listening to the replay, I'm so grateful that you're listening to the replay and connecting. So, oh my gosh, it's been a hot minute. We were on Monday and we talked about some amazing things that you can go back and listen to it. It was so good. We got so many great comments from what we talked about on Monday around the immune system and building your future self and stepping into the fall, really in your true authentic self, and creating a new story about yourself as you step into Q4 and really taking that identity with you, right? So today, I'm just so excited for this. I was thinking about it all morning. And today I want to talk about calming your nerves and really learning how to strengthen your defenses so that you have the right medicine for this fall. Who's on board with that? You ready? All right, let's dive right in because I don't want to waste any of your time because every moment in life is precious and I appreciate you being here because there's so many other places you could be. So welcome, welcome, welcome. All right, so the invitation to a new identity. If you're in a safe place and you're not driving, listening to this, I want you to, if it feels right, just go ahead and put your hand on your heart or, open your hands and ready to receive. Take a deep breath in and just feel all the air around you. Notice your senses. How does it smell? Does it smell different than it did a few weeks ago? What is that fresh air? Do you smell a scent? Do you have a candle burning where you maybe smell lavender or vanilla or bergamot? Is the light is softer? The mornings are getting cooler. Nature is so beautiful right now in New England. It's time to turn inward, my friends. Drop a word in the chat. What is the first sign of fall that you've noticed in your body? And is it your energy? Is it your mood? Is it your sleep? Are you feeling joyful? What is showing up for you this fall that you're stepping into, that you're ready? That it's fall. So this season, I look at fall as nature's call to really strengthen and store because we're prepping for winter, right? So we're just as trees are pulling back their energy back into their roots and they're dropping leaves in New England, they're slowly turning color. We also are meant to build our reserves to really calm the nervous system and fortify immunity so that you can thrive coming into the darker months. Does that make sense? So we want to ground ourselves. We want to really build our resilience inside, which we talked about last Friday, a week ago. Go back and listen to it because it was great about building immunity and resilience. Let's talk about the nervous system, which is truly your immune switch. We are not living in a calm world. I would like to say we are. I wake up every morning, like I say, in grateful, gratitude, joy. But then I'm always hit with this person is sick, this person has Alzheimer's, this happened and it wasn't very joyful. And so really we want to really regulate. I've said before that I don't necessarily believe in balance because it's not always possible in the body. But how can you stay more grounded but more joyful and keep your nervous system balanced? So I want to really explain the autonomic nervous system, and this really directs your immunity, right? So the sympathetic is your fight or flight, sorry about that, your go, your push. that drive to get things done, doing all the things like building, like you've got this huge list of things that you have to do, or stress is coming in left and right, like it is. There's a lot of sad things on the news right now. Then there's politics, and there's this and there's that. And it just feels like a lot. So that is your sympathetic state. That is cortisol is constantly releasing, causing adrenaline. And then what happens when you're in that sympathetic state all the time? Your white blood cells slow down. They start to decrease and diminish because you're using them quite quickly. So that's sympathetic. So put that aside for a second. Okay. Does that make sense? And then parasympathetic. That is your rest and digest, that breathing exercise that we just did, that grounding, getting internalized. That rest and digest and that calmness, that actually activates what we call your natural killer cells and your antibody production. And those two together help you fight off infection. Okay, so let me paint a picture. Gosh, I'm having a hard time talking today. Let me paint a picture for you so that you can understand where I'm coming from. When we are living in a constant September rush with new schedules, end of quarter deadlines, our children are in sports, and you're trying to do all the things, and you're trying to, stay on track of everything, and we have deadlines. Our immune army, is what I call it, is told to stand down even as viruses begin to circulate. Okay? It's turn it down because you're in that fight or flight. That's your white blood cells. They're kind of not building like they typically do. Then, if you think about your past week, how many times did you take time for yourself? Whether it's meditation, breath work, like yoga, or even how many times did you truly take a deep breath? How many times did you just feel your shoulders drop and unclench and your jaw relax? Because usually when we're stressed, we're holding on to everything, right? Like, when did you last step into that energy? Because every exhale and every moment of stillness is really your medicine. Your breath is literally the switch that turns your immune strength and resilience back on. Not when you're in that cortisol push and that to-do, but when you're in that parasympathetic, that rest and that digest and that connection, right? So that's really exhaling and deep breathing is really where your immune system becomes strong and it's turned back on. Does that make sense? So if we're looking at the healing rhythm of fall, let's talk about the circadian and seasonal medicine of fall, right? So we're having shorter days, like daylight is less. So I bet you're probably finding yourself like, I know I am, like, wow, it's 8:00. It's an earlier bedtime, right? And that makes sense because if it's darker out, the melatonin is going to kick in and then your immune function is going to be there, right? Whereas cooler temperatures, they support the lung and large intestine in Chinese medicine. The lung and large intestine are organs of immunity and release. So dry autumn air can deplete mucous membranes, which is our first immune barrier. So I want to ask you, with that information now and knowing that slowing down, being more present, even taking time to breathe, like sometimes I'll have patients who are under a lot of stress. I mean, this could be a little stressful, but maybe not. It's kind of like Pavlov's dog, right? Like once you learn it and you wire your brain for it, then it's like go time. But what I want to say is that it's like I have them set an alarm on their phone every hour so that they stand up and they breathe. And then that makes them stay more present. So I want to ask you, where are you resisting slowing down? Drop it in the chat and let me know. Okay. Yeah, you're busy with your schedule. Yep. Yeah, that all makes sense. And and what would it feel like to give your body permission to rest earlier, even just one night this week? What would it feel like if you said to your body, it's time to rest just one night this week? Because what I want to share with you, this is a little clinical pearl that I use with my patients. Sleep before midnight increases natural killer cell activity. Sleep before midnight increases natural killer cell activity by as much as 25 to 30%. This is free medicine to you. You don't have to pay for this. So the earlier you get to bed, the more you're building that natural, oh my goodness, killer cell activity. And it's available to you every night. Okay? So now I want to pivot a little bit and talk about nutritional botanical medicine. Your food is your medicine and your medicine is your food. Until the body becomes weakened, then you may need to pivot. And you might need some medications. You might need some supplements, right? But let natural food be your medicine, because food is seasonal information for your immune system and your immunity. So we talked about this on Monday as well. So I wanted to go over it again with you so that you really are getting it. So root foods and squashes like sweet potatoes and beets and carrots and onions and garlic, those are all root vegetables. And then if we talk about like the sweet potatoes, beets, and carrots, they are rich in beta carotene and they help protect your mucous membrane, which helps in turn indirectly helps you have a stronger immune system. And then fermented foods like sauerkraut, pickles, kimchi, they support healthy gut immunity. And guess what, you guys? 80% of your immune system, of your immune cells live in your gut. I talk about this all the time. So if you're in that stress state, you can't digest well. If you're pushing and pushing and everything's going to cortisol, your digestion becomes depleted. And we don't want that. We want a strong, resilient immune system as we step into fall and then winter. The other item that I think of is zinc. But instead of taking zinc, how about if we eat some zinc-rich foods like pumpkin or sesame? These are vital for white blood cell formation. If you have weakened zinc or lower zinc, talk about boosting up. What foods can you eat that will help increase your zinc, will in turn help increase white blood cell formation? And the more white blood cells that you have within normal range are going to help your immunity. And then dark greens provide magnesium, which is a cofactor for so many different areas in the body. But the number one I want to talk about here, because we're talking about nervous system, is more magnesium helps with nervous system relaxation. Okay. So the dark greens like the kale, the chard, the spinaches, those foods have really good magnesium in them. And please eat raw spinach. It's so much better for you. Then if we look at some herbs that can support us, and some of these are a crossover from Monday, so do go back and listen to Monday because it'll be helpful for you. So I'm thinking of herbs like astragalus and reishi. They build long-term immune resilience. They are amazing. Like I've been eating a mushroom soup all week that has reishi in it, lion's mane, shiitake, maitake, a whole mix of like 5 different mushrooms, which will help my immune system. And then holy basil and ashwagandha and astragalus are like my favorite adaptogenic herbs. And they help calm your HP axis, which is your hypothalamus pituitary axis, which helps lower cortisol, and it'll help strengthen your immune defense. And then lastly, the medicinal herbs that I want to share, elderberry and ginger. They are so good for antiviral support for early season exposure. So type the food or herb in the chat because I love it when you guys are engaging. I love to connect with you. Type the food or the chat that you're most excited about to bring to your kitchen this week that will help with your immune system. Which one feels like comfort and that will really strengthen you? Let me know in the chat. Squash. Yeah, greens. I made this amazing green mixture of like kale and Swiss chard, and it was so yummy, right? It was just so good that we have such great food from our earth that is so immune supportive. So daily rituals that help calm your strong body, right? They keep your body strong. Morning sun ritual, 10 minutes of early light for your circadian rhythm and help you reset your vitamin D production. I do this every single day. And if it's not too cold, take your shoes off. You always hear me say that so you can ground to earth. Create a breath work practice. Doesn't have to be always in the morning. You can do this all day long, right? Breathe in for 4, hold for 7, breathe out for 8, so that you're shifting out of that busy into that parasympathetic state in under a minute. That is so key. Many people do not breathe enough, and I see it all the time. And sometimes I fall into that category. So I struggle sometimes, just like you guys do. Evening wind down is so important. No screens, do some gratitude journaling, have some great conversations, bring some joy before you go to bed. And if you need some sort of herbal tea relaxant, think about like chamomile, lemon balm, skullcap, passion flora. I said this last week, there's all sorts of amazing teas on the shelf now, which I had no idea because I'm spoiled and I at my clinic and I go and I pick the herbs that I want, that I'm feeling like, and I bring them home or I drink them at the clinic. But I was just so joyful because we all get to have this medicine and it's right in our backyard now. Like when I was first seeing a naturopath, I had to make all my own. I'm not asking for poor me, but I had to figure it out because it wasn't on all the shelves. So if you were to choose one ritual tonight to tell your body, I'm safe and I'm strong, which one out of all of these would you start with? Which one? Drop it in the chat. Let me know. So what I want to say to you is healing isn't just one single webinar or 2 single videos, or maybe you're listening to me 3 or 4 as my audience expands, and I welcome each and every one of you. It's really, you guys, the daily rhythm of the small choices that you're making. And my favorite thing is Pocket Doc is my membership community. I just want to share it with you out of gratitude and just show up for you, because these make these practices doable. You get weekly audios, breath work, guidance, meditation, seasonal meal ideas. I created this fall immune reset checklist to track foods recently, looking at herbs, nervous system, and it's a whole community that wants to heal. Okay. And they get accountability so that you're not drifting back into your old stress cycle or to a medicinal way that didn't serve you, or you're not changing your habits and your discipline so that you're staying on track. Pocket Doc is truly for the person that says, I don't wait for illness. Tell me how to live naturally right now. Tell me how to build strength every day, to create vitality, anti-aging, so I can live in a body that I love. If you are ready to embody that, Pocket Doc is the next step, and I am going to drop it in the chat right now. And I'm also going to put it up as a banner for you. It is amazing. I just invite you. I just want to share it with you so that you're familiar with how could you continue to work with me. This is like having me in your pocket, right? Just like my patients do that pay top dollar, but this is to support each and every one of you because I want to heal chronic disease. I want to be generous and connected to my time and really support each and every one of you. So let's take a moment and do an integration exercise right now. Go ahead and close your eyes for me. And imagine your lungs are expanding with the crisp autumn air. Sense and feel what that feels like as your lungs expand and contract and you have that crisp air all around you. Begin to feel your heart rate slow. Imagine your immune system, your immune cells lighting up like tiny little lanterns everywhere in your body. An increase in natural killer cells. These little white lights are going to heal you. And stay in that for a moment. And as you feel yourself in this like amazing grounded energy, speak these words if they feel right. I am calm. I am strong. And I am protected. Again, I am calm. I am strong. And I am protected. Just that small amount of breathing really grounded me. Think about what's one word that describes how you feel after that visualization. For me, I'm feeling peace. What is it for you? This is the medicine of fall. To slow down, to store your energy, and strengthen from within. You will be and are the person who enters this fall and winter vibrant, not fearful of colds and flus and illnesses be around, but vibrant. Because the reality is that you are the leader of your own health journey. You get to create your own health story, and it can be a positive one. Especially if you're someone that has been challenged in the past with illness. Really step into this. And I truly invite you, if this is something that would be beneficial for you, showing up for you, being present, helping you stay on track with accountability with other amazing like-minded individuals, walking you through healing, getting audios and handouts from me twice a week. Then I go live twice a week. And I'm actually known to talk about subjects that fit for you. Then I invite you to join Pocket Doc. I'll be there for you for continued seasonal guidance. If this spoke to you, please click the like button and join me for other videos. I go live on Mondays and Fridays, except the last week of the month. Pocket Doc will carry you forward with weekly immune and nervous system resets so that you stay calm, strong, and unshakable, no matter what this season is. It's up to you to take your own health journey in your own hands. I am sending you so many blessings and so much love. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. And please do not forget to breathe throughout the day to get you into that grounded state. All right. I am blessed to have you here. Thank you for all of you that joined live, and I can't wait to see you in 2 weeks. I won't be live next week. All right. So many blessings. Take care. Be well. Bye-bye.